Hello everyone, my name is Ariel Griglin, and today I am going to begin a 7-day series on helping you create the best you possible. So we're going to cover concepts such as reversing chronic disease, repairing metabolic syndrome, and maintaining whole health. Okay, so before we get into the physical and nutritional components of creating change, we have to address the single most significant factor, and that is our mindset and our belief system. So before we get into this, I want you to remember that a belief system like cement with a belief system like cement, you will live a life of frustration and confusion. If you have a belief system like plastic, you will live a life of amazement, wonder, and opportunity. Okay, so as we get into this, I want you to remember that. Keep an open mind, keep a belief system like plastic, and allow it to be molded. Okay, so many of our ancient ancestors have said that the root of all suffering is not what is actually happening. It's actually the gap between where we are now and where we want things to be. Okay, so for example, where I am now may be tired and getting ready to go to work, and where I want things to be may be full of energy, fit, healthy, and not having to work. Okay, so there's clearly a gap there. That gap gives rise to dissatisfaction and some level of suffering. Okay, so I want you to realize that having some level of a gap is very important. That is what makes us human. That's what gives us the ability to strive for more in life. But I'm going to share with you ways that we can minimize that gap and keep it at a level that is manageable and will help us best towards success. Okay, so the first and most important thing that we have to do is bring our attention to the present moment. So my present moment is hearing my puppy bark. Your present moment may be sitting in a chair with your feet touching the ground. Your cell phone may be in the palm of your hand right now, listening to this video. Okay, so you just minimize that gap of dissatisfaction because where you want to be actually became where you are. All right, so that's where you are physically. Now we need to address the mental and emotional components. And some of you watching this may think, I feel great, Ariel. I feel good. And you really probably do. But this is a point where we have to get brutally honest with ourselves, okay? And if we don't gain an awareness over the subconscious blocks and fears underneath the surface, we will have a very hard time reaching our goals. I want you to think about a running back in football, and he's running towards the end zone, and all of his opponents are tackling him and pulling him down, and he can't hit his goal. Okay, so that's the same thing with us. We have to remove those blocks that are pulling at us so we can have a straight shot towards our goal. Okay, so in this exercise, you are going to write or speak whatever may be blocking you and whatever fears you may have. And this is very important because by writing and speaking it, we're bringing this into physical existence. Okay, so an example may be, I feel tired and out of shape, or no diet ever works for me. Okay, so deep down, those are actually fears. We have this preconditioned belief that nothing will ever work because in the past, nothing has worked. And now that's limiting us from any future program. Okay? So this is an exercise that I call Face It. Fears, acknowledge, create, elevation. Okay? So once we face it and we become aware of those, we're done. Okay? So what's very, very important here is I want you to realize that you don't need to fix or change anything once you start to understand what may be blocking you. The simple awareness is all you need. Okay? And when you're done with this exercise, you will naturally feel lighter. You will naturally just feel the sense of gratitude, and you will feel more grounded and connected to your surroundings. So at that point, I would finish with a positive affirmation such as, I am capable of whole health, I am capable of anything, and conquer your day. All right? So that completes today's video. We will meet back here tomorrow, and tomorrow we're going to discuss some of the physical components that may be blocking us from our goals. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.